right, these days you'd be hard-pressed to figure out someone's age just by taking a look at their level of activity.
And if you doubt that, here's proof, courtesy of 9 News reporter Chris Vanderveen and photojournalist Brian Willey.
It is an image of a day in a life of a man whose travels have carried him over icy waters and rocky peaks. An image that will make much more sense once you learn a bit more.
Wildflowers, creeks, streams, waterfalls.
About the man himself.
Basic fact is I've never known a guy that could do what you do. And I've always wondered what people like you look like, and now I know.
His name, Tom Jenkins.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. He's a real good guy, as much as we torment him. And
That's him in the back.
That's what the notes I gave her. She's lying like I told her.
As modest as he is fit.
He's basically a nice guy, even though it doesn't demonstrate it very often.
What do you mean, basically?
And as active
Tom knows how to have fun.
as any of the grandchildren of any of the residents at the Holly Creek Retirement Community.
So I went out and bought a Jeep. I do it because I can do it. And once I can't, I'll feel like I'm giving up. It's sort of a challenge that I like to meet.
Jenkins came to Denver by way of New Jersey in '53 at the age of 26. That would make him 85 today. The Jeep Cherokee came along not too long after his wife of 60 years passed away. Hildred Jenkins loved Colorado as much as Tom still loves Colorado, which brings us to Jenkins's other passion.
It's an act.
Good old-fashioned rock-filled Colorado backcountry
We don't get much sunlight for a while here.
mountain climbing. He and his grandson Joey are on their way up Chief Mountain on this day.
I was telling him that last year was a young 84, and this year I'm an old 85. Things are different.
It's an 11,700-foot peak, modest by his standards.
Did Long's Peak 4 times. You got a good shot of my feet on that one.
Jenkins calls himself an introvert, a loner. But when he's on a mountain, or more precisely, on top of a mountain, he can usually be found with a member of his family. He figures he's summited more than half of the state's 53 14ers.
I should try not to stumble along here.
Me too.
He has his grandson beat by 60 years, but they kid each other like brothers.
Thought you were gonna carry me.
No, you said you'd carry me. Promises, promises.
I have the obituary already written. It's in my backpack actually.
He can't wait so he can tell about it afterward.
Why do it? Climbers love to tell you they climb a mountain because it's there. Jenkins will tell you he does it because he's here.
Oh, it's very simple and it's nothing new, but each day when you get up, every one of us should be thankful for that day and then make that particular day the best day you've ever had.
Which brings us back to the image of a day in the life of a man whose travels have carried him so far. Last year, he came to this spot at Blue Lake just below Mount Toll to scatter some of the ashes of his late wife, Hildred Jenkins. To no one's surprise, he was surrounded by each and every one of his climbing partners.
Too humble, probably, by far, but that's also what makes him great.
Be thankful for every day, he says.
So I'll tell my friends about, hiking with my grandpa, and they'll give it the double take, like what?
And make the next one the best one.
So you're thinking it's probably next weekend?
With photojournalist Brian Willey, Chris Vanderveen, 9 News.
If you are smart enough to listen to your elders, Tom has a suggestion for Colorado mountain climbing. He says try and target the peaks that are taller than 13,000 feet but lower than 14,000. He says oftentimes those are the best peaks to summit, and you never have to worry about a crowded trail.
How cool is that guy? Wow.
I would have guessed he was
Unbelievable.
70. If I just had to ballpark it, I would have said 70. I wouldn't have been close to 85.
He definitely looks younger.
And he is a Sprite 72.
He is.
Leaving the grandkid in the dust as he goes up the rock face.
Pretty unbelievable.
Man.
They have a good relationship, too. That was pretty obvious, cracking us up over here.